Hi guys, welcome back to Sleeve Saturday. So another night in Dublin and another gig for me. Once again it was in Marlay Park, and this one was a much warmer evening than the night before at Green Day. This time it was to see the legendary Guns N' Roses, and man, the excitement in the taxi to the venue was at fever pitch. You see, this 2020 tour is my first time seeing this band live and a real high point in my concert going career. I've been obsessed with that debut album from 1987 ever since I was a kid. One of the first videos I made here on YouTube, when I was just finding my feet, was a review of Appetite for Destruction. As I mentioned in that video, it changed my life as a 7-year-old when I heard it blasting from the bedroom speakers of my friend's older brother in the summer of 1988. So to finally be here as a 40-year-old man and seeing this stuff live on stage, well, it was very exciting. But how did it stack up in reality? Well, for that, I have to break it down a bit. Is Axl's voice what it was? Well, no, obviously not, to be honest. And look, that's fine. The man is 60 years old. GNR's most iconic material was recorded when he was in his 20s. But even with that said, it's not dreadful and stacks up perfectly to an acceptable level, and it could be a lot worse. But to be fair, who goes to a GNR gig for outstanding vocals? If you want that, go see Adele. What you want from a gig like this is to rock out and be entertained, and they had that in spades. You see, Axl's instrument may be his voice, but Slash's instrument is his guitar, and if anything, that just gets better and better. Slash is in the top 10 greatest guitarists of all time, so to stand in a South Dublin field and listen to him play and shred was an honour, to be honest. The same is true, but to a lesser extent, for Duff McKagan. And while I'm on that, it's insane to see these three original members on stage together. For so many years, this looked like it'd be impossible, yet here they are. Amazing to see it. Now, I don't really know what's going on behind the scenes. Maybe all this is just for the greater good of all the money they're making. But there does seem to be a harmony here, and the chaos of arriving late or not at all for gigs, and the tensions, well, it looks to be behind them. I don't really give a shit either way. The product is fantastic for a fan. The beers were flowing, and my friends and I were having great crack with the other punters around us. You know when the vibe is just right at a gig? Well, this was it. There was this wall of rock and roll reverberation on every note sang and every riff plucked. The rig was fantastic. Every strum from Slash's guitar, well, it just shook through our bodies. As I said in my last video, Marlay Park is pretty decent acoustically for an outdoor venue. Setlist wise, they didn't scrimp on value. We got 27 songs consisting of plenty from Appetite to keep us happy. There were a few covers in there like Slither from Slash's Velvet Revolver band, Back in Black from AC/DC, who as we know Axl done a solid for by touring with them when Brian Johnson was out of action, and a couple of others. They even threw in Glenn Campbell's Wichita Lineman, which was just brilliant. We thought they were going to zoop it up and rock the shit out of that song, but we were pleasantly surprised that they kept it pretty much note for note, and Axl sounded fantastic when he toned it down for this random treat. We sang that song out loud with him. For me, GNR never lived up to the promise of Appetite with their subsequent records, so it's impressive and incredible to see their endurance of popularity all these decades later and playing these huge venues. They struck the right chord as far as rock goes, and even during the grunge era, they were never uncool. There were all age groups here, which really shows when you do rock and roll right, it's timeless. Once again, we walked out of Marlay Park with a semi-cooked burger and fries in hand and headed to the taxi rank. And once again, we didn't leave disappointed. Guys, if you want to throw on your bandana and have a great night of hard rock, this is the gig for you. I'm curious though, have you seen this tour or do you intend to? So you know what, let me know in the comments and don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel now. I'll see you next time.